Hey, what's up guys? Sai here. Welcome to the second episode of Beyblade. So, episode 1 did pretty good. If it didn't, honestly, I would have to let it RIP on myself, you know what I mean? If you know what I mean. I'm kidding. But no, I really appreciate the love and support you guys showed the last video. I love to make these type of videos, especially on series that mean so dear to my heart and that I've been a fan of for like ever pretty much. So again, I want to thank you guys for that love and support, and it means a lot. Also, if you guys haven't already, if you guys can drop a subscription, we're so close to 1,000 subscribers. It would mean the world for me if we could hit that. Last thing, make sure you guys check out my other videos. I think they're pretty good, as well as check out my Twitter, where I won't be posting much, but there's a big announcement that happened there regarding some serious real life stuff that if you guys want to make sure I'm good, I recommend checking out. But that's enough lollygagging and enough self-shilling, because we're not Hasbro. We don't do that here. Anyway, Beyblade, let's get into the introduction of the GOAT, the man himself, Ryuga, as we cover the second arc in the Beyblade Metal Fight series. So, without further ado, let's talk about it. Last episode, we went into the first 10 episodes of the series, which highly focused on introducing our main cast, as well as covers the first mini arc, which established the rivalry between Kyoya and Jinga. And Jinga, after spreading his talk no jutsu beliefs onto Kyoya, and before he could fully rehabilitate from society and his therapy session, in comes Doji to interrupt. And God, I really hate this nigga, but he actually just likes to air Kyoya out for no reason.
You're done. You're washed. It's over.
As well as meet right Jinga hard as hell. He ends up fucking Kyoya up, scratching the fuck out of his bait, and then dipping like a little bitch. Oh my god, I hate him. And then Doji commits a 3-piece homicide on these children. Bro! Jinga tries to chase the helicopter and ends up going missing. While Kyoya is in the hospital, Madoka fixes up his Rock Leone, and it begins for him the transition from a villain into a core member of the group. Jinga ends up returning to tell everyone and drops some mad exposition. One being the fact that Dark Nebula is an evil organization bent on using Bays for evil outside of battle, and they have their hands on a forbidden Bay, Lightning El Drago. And Jinga's mission is to stop them. They go to get info from Kyoya, but he was over here hearing everything and decides to leave on his own.
What the fuck?
So the group then attempts to find leads to where they might be stationed. They find literally nothing, but then Kyoya, on some Batman shit for some goddamn reason, appears in the night next to the moon like some fucking emo nigga. He says he repays what he owes and then dips again. This tsundere bastard, I swear. But he gives them a clue about the moon and where they are able to find the Dark Nebula evil base. And honestly, I just want to say, if y'all have like this Beyblade technology and can fully identify the damage and all this other crazy shit about Beyblades in an instant, you fuckers gotta have Google Maps. The group then travels to the base of the Dark Nebula for a raid of sorts. Doji is prepared, however, and has hella trials and tribulations for them to get past. They end up having to deal with a giant army at the gate, and then they have to get through a giant wall. Kyoya pops up like the Sasuke he does, and they all work as a team together to break through this giant door and break in. Which, you know, I love to see these moments like this, because they end up using their special moves into a giant super special move, and honestly, it's one of the coolest things they ever do in the series. Pause, wait, does this universe have a government? I swear to God, there's something you like report to the government, or the fucking cops. Like, there's an evil organization that's trying to take over the fucking world, but no one to report it. Yeah, who cares? Maybe Beyblade is just the Ancarnage universe where everything revolves around the power of Beyblade and the fragile sense of honor that everyone has to settle in a battle. The team winds up having to fight through this Mickey Mouse clubhouse ass building to test them to use their bays and gather data for Doji. This shit is actually kooky. Like, this nigga over here making giant ass Beyblades to kill people? Wars in universe must absolutely go insane. But during this French kooky computer just caused them a lot of nonsense. So I'm getting fed up with this, because he just keeps making stuff difficult for no reason. So Madoka uses her hacking skills, and she has to end up in a hacking bay battle to take down this computer. And it's honestly really well animated, but for some reason it's very convoluted how that works. But Jinga and Kyoya get ambushed by a group of twins who have a fucking WWE tag team moves they use in battle. And it's so fucking funny seeing these actual gyms be a threat at all. Kyoya decides to take them both on by himself, and Jinga pulls up to Doji, and the way he's holding his launcher is like he's about to put Doji in a coffin. We then learn about a special blader who is the only person capable of wielding Lightning El Drago, and Jinga is here to stop this. But Doji offers to take Jinga under his wing and ask him to join them and use the innate power of Pegasus to take over the world. And obviously Jinga says no. So the two have a battle and Doji says the most corny ass line.
It must be Wednesday, because it's time to take out the trash.
It must be Wednesday. Nigga, if you don't... While this is happening, Kyoya then manages to disrupt the teamwork of the two, and using the fucking heat from the friction of his bay, makes his own wind in this place to use his special move. A, that's raw as fuck, and B, nigga, this is why your performance teams keep getting fucked up. Oh my god. Because of the intense battling of Jinga and Doji, which ends up with Jinga winning the battle, releasing his Blader Spirit, and in turn, this causes what he's trying to stop to happen. The man himself, the GOAT, the Dragon Emperor, awakes, and with all his Black Air Force energy, Ryuga is here. This has and will always forever be my GOAT. I could make a whole ass video on why this nigga is actually just him, but phew. Bro gets up from his coma, is already on demon time. But before that, we get Doji's top tier dick riding as well as some insane ass history lessons. We learn that Beyblades are super powerful and have been used throughout history to create natural disasters as well as lead history, and the most importantly, how fucking Moses parted the Red Sea with a Beyblade. This is a canon event in the timeline of Beyblade. What the fuck? Like, did other figures in history have Beyblades? Did fucking Abraham Lincoln use a Beyblade? MLK? The Freedom Bay?
Will you ignorant niggas please let it rip?
Dude, the potential of the stupidity in this series knows no bounds, and I'm totally all for it.
There's that much power inside our base?
Kyoya, what are you talking about? Your Beyblade literally could create natural disasters. Why are you questioning any of this? But anyway, after the battle begins, and it's Jinga versus Ryuga, their first ever match in the series, and we learned that El Drago is the first and only left spinning Beyblade for now before they want to sell more toys. But I'm not gonna lie, Jinga was getting packed the fuck up. El Drago was putting the absolute claws on Pegasus, and Ryuga was talking shit the entire time. He had Jinga gagged, had his hose in the corner panicking. Bro started blabbering while Pegasus was getting air juggled like this was Tekken. This was not okay. He then tries to use the same technique that he used against Kyoya, but Ryuga isn't that guy, little bro. Unlike that PTSD ridden symbol over there, you brought a horsey to a dragon fight, and bro got his whole special move, reversal, full power, and Ryuga starts cooking him. He explained how he was getting cooked and why, literally word for word. This aura was unmatched. Bro had Jinga tweaking and whining on the floor. My god, it was a massacre. And then Ryuga brings up Jinga's dead father. Bro started instigating and eviscerating him on the spot.
Jinga Hagane.
It's nice to meet you in person, finally.
Jinga.
I've heard a lot about you. I heard about your story, and I understand that you have a father. And your father is dead.
Nah, bro, this shit was fucked up, and Jinga snaps back. He gets angry as hell. You can tell from the dark aura that he's angry. Even his eyes become red, but this does nothing but make El Drago stronger as it feasts on the power of other bays as well as negative emotions, and Jinga gets cooked. Jinga was the goalpost for this series, and Ryuga made him look like fodder. That's how you introduce a villain, and that's how you set up a GOAT. Jinga then cries like a bitch because he realized he caused Ryuga to recover, disappointed his dad, and God got washed in the span of like 20 minutes. Tragic. After this, it seems all well, but Jinga has Bay Battle PTSD right now. Bro gets washed by father nigga number 3, so Jinga needs to go on a soul journey to get his mojo back. Kenta then confronts him, and Jinga reveals tragic backstory to him. He lived in a village dedicated to Beyblade with his dad, who kinda just looks like an older version of him. And as I suppose this confirms my theory that this nigga got his shitty drip from somewhere, I guess. As well as his ideology about Beyblade regarding the Blader Spirit. And during the ritual, the Dark Nebula will pull up to steal the Forbidden Bay, with Jinga's dad pulling up to stop them, followed by Jinga himself. Jinga's dad then attempts to battle Ryuga above this lava and kinda starts putting the paws on him, but El Drago and Ryuga don't play them games. Ryuga airs his dad out and wins the battle. Ryuga had this nigga at his feet, ripped his headband off to clean his bay, taking El Drago and dipping, taunting Jinga again for being a useless little boy, and leaves as the volcano collapses. Jinga's dad gets up and gives Jinga Pegasus, saying his last words and seemingly fucking dying. He does the anime thumbs up all of this over spinning tops. Jinga had to watch his dad get pieced up and die in front of him. Damn. After this though, Jinga ends up leaving town and on a journey to get his Blader Spirit Black, so Kyoya and the others head to Jinga's hometown to track him down. We get this corny episode where the group splits off because of an argument, and Madoka and Kenta almost die but get saved by this blue-haired kid named Ryoma, who helps them in the forest for a bit, and eventually decides to show them the safe path to Koma City, then vanishes. And eventually, voila, he meets up with Benkei and Kyoya as well, and eventually both groups converge, but Kyoya starts to figure out that something isn't right, and that Ryoma is up to something suspicious, eventually calling him out on this, and calling him out for leading them in circles. So Ryoma reveals he's been working to keep them from Koma Village, unless someone can beat him in a battle. Kenta goes up first, and he's doing pretty well, but Hyoma's Ares is just a little bit too strong for him, and he ends up losing the fight. Benkei then gives it a shot and claims to be Jinga's greatest rival, and he kinda gets smoked, but he ends up giving a speech about how he and Jinga may be rivals, but they are also friends, and the sacrifice is his win to get more data on how Ares works, so Kyoya can win the battle once and for all. But behind his bay though was because Hyoma's ability has his spin track spinning around. He's able to basically deflect all attacks that come and attack him, which is really damn cool because he pushes them back. And I remember when I was like a little kid and I had my Beyblades and I used a Scythe Chronos with like that spin track with the energy ring that like spun as well, and like a Extreme White Fit Form Tips. Like, it was really cool. I don't know why I mentioned that, but I'm gonna try to buy that one again for a future video. But Benkei loses that battle, and before Kyoya can step up to cook this fraud, Ryoma agrees to lead them to the village. And between me and you, honestly, I think he knew he was about to get smoked by Kyoya and just decides to let him in. But he then reveals that him and Jinga were trying to get friends, and he was just trying to protect the village. We then meet a fucking talking dog, so I guess there's talking dogs in the universe, and we get shots of Jinga from when he returns to get his mojo back and see that he had a journey on what he needs to find the true secret to defeat Ryuga. And honestly, to spoil it, because it's a little cheesy, but I kind of fuck with it really, it's a scroll from his dad telling him to basically do better and get a better understanding between his bond and power and Pegasus, and that there's not really a true secret to defeating Ryuga, but understanding how to take a loss and get up from it. Cheesy, but you know, I get it. Shit was cute, I suppose, but they also kept replaying Jinga's dad's last words, and oh my god, I don't know why they kept doing it. I just thought it was pretty funny because the delivery is so ass. But nah, he gets his mojo back and belief in Pegasus back, and he reunites with his friends in this really cool ass shot. Next up, they give everyone a tour of the town while it seems Ryoma is testing Jinga along the way to see if he still got it, as well as being jealous of Kyoya being Jinga's new big rival, in which this leads to a battle between Jinga and Ryoma where Jinga beats Ryoma in a special stadium that was literally designed to make defense type stronger, but he still got cooked. Jinga sugarcoats it and gives Ryoma a bitch ass participation medal, talk about him being his #1 rival. Sure, buddy. But everyone becomes friends, and we get a happily ever after. We then get a filler episode about Bay Parts. You see Benkei and Kenta virtually having fun doing team battles about swapping parts and such. Mainly this episode probably just set to sell toys, but it also did a good job showcasing the two's dynamic and having a little cool relationship. Brotherly relationship to weirdos. But you know, it was pretty fun, but I'm not going to sit there and talk about the entire episode. I think that's a good place we could actually stop this video because the next episode covers the survival challenge, but leads straight up into the challenge for Battle Bladers, which is a lot, so we'll have a lot to talk about next time. I'm sorry this video took a little bit while to get out. I've been going through a lot of mental health stuff. If you guys want to check it out, check out my Twitter down below. Shout out to the donators who've been donating to this cause because it means very much a lot to me, and honestly, I don't know what I would do without you guys. Shout out y'all. I love you guys so much. Hope you guys have a damn good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.